Thank you. My name is Robert Ariaka, and I am privileged to have you, Honorable Charles Asiki, especially when you served as mayor for Arua Municipality then 2006 to 2016. And you have taken a rest, and 2026 is not far. But we first want to know your leadership career. Tell us, first of all, who is Charles Asiki?
Thank you, Robert. That's a nice question to ask. Asiki Charles, as a person, is a teacher by profession, and after serving as a teacher for 15 years, saw the opportunities in the political career and the challenges and the need to be a change agent. Asiki decided to become a mayor of Arua Municipality. That's how I served from 2006 to 2016. That is in brief who Asiki Charles is. Otherwise, I'm a father with 4 children, educated. I have 2 masters and 1 first degree and other certificates. Those are immaterial. What we are here for is to discuss what you will ask me.
Okay, thank you so much. That is a little about you. But tell us, in this 10 years of your tenure as mayor in the then Arua Municipality, Arua Municipality was declared one of the cleanest cities, towns, let's say. Later it became a city. How did you do it, and what do you think is lacking now?
There were a number of things that we did that were the right things to do. One, let me clarify something. Arua Municipality was the most greatly improved within those 10 years. By that I mean, when I took over, the state of the municipality was dire. It was choking with rubbish. It was a cholera city. It was all those negative things that a person doesn't want associated with him or her. But when I took over, I think the world was watching. They saw we stamped out cholera. We cleaned the city. We improved the infrastructure. We opened many new roads. We tarmacked some. And so much happened over a certain period of time. Sometimes the main reason why I was nominated as one of the best leaders in Africa and the cleanest is the degree of improvement over a short period of time. The garbage was cleaned over a short, and it was noticeable. People noticed that the garbage had disappeared and so on. So it made us appear very clean, and which was true, it was clean. But then it took the effort of almost everybody. We worked together with the communities, we worked with women groups, we worked with schools, we worked with corporate bodies like banks and many other corporates. We worked together. It was really total cooperation from all sectors.
If I remember vividly, when I joined the media in 2009, we had this fight of having kiosks in the center of the town. And the health person by then, Dr. Paul Onjobo,
yes,
took stringent measures to ensure Arua town was cholera-free. But we now see kiosks coming back to this town center. What do you think is the gap?
That is a weakness on our side as leaders. Leadership is not something that we take lightly. You have to take decisions that will annoy other people and will make other people happy. I know kiosks, we agreed, that are not supposed to be in central business district, and that is supposed to remain the status. If you need a kiosk, take it grade B, C, which is outside the central business district. If you see kiosks coming into the central business district again, that is a mistake on the side of the local authorities. Kiosks, we took them, and it wasn't a popular thing. I think up to today they think it was not popular. But the truth is, 1, they are illegal. They are called illegal structures. 2, the council does not get any revenue from those people because they are not supposed to be there. 3, they are an eyesore. They are a health hazard. Because my colleagues there who used to have colleagues who would sleep in the kiosks, they have no toilets. They will need to ease themselves at night. They either use bottles for putting the urine, if I may be blunt, and the physical one they put in a cover, black cover, and throw it out onto the road. In fact, our cleaners were suffering. They were going through hell because in the mornings we had to clean all that. So it was another health hazard, and we had to make sure that they went out of the center of town, the central business district.
Now that Arua is a city, you also started the keep Arua green, keeping the town clean. And in terms of greenery, you started projects of planting trees and making sure the town center is green. Have you seen this embraced, or it has literally dropped?
It has been, to my disappointment, it has dropped. I expected them to take off from where we left. Mine was called Beautification Week. There was a deliberate effort to give a whole week so that everybody is involved. Like I said, I will go to all the schools. We have a lot of schools here. And children, you need to inculcate things about environment, about cleanliness, about those things to do with them at this age. So we will go to schools, encourage them, especially the P7s and the older ones. Let's go out and clean our environment. Let's go out and plant trees. Let's go out and do this. I'm trying to impress on them that when you grow up, you have to take care of your environment. And it worked. It worked very well. Partly that's the other thing that made us become the cleanest, one of the cleanest. Because that program ran every year without fail. It was always there. But after I left, it disappeared. I don't know where it went. And two, our garbage management program improved. We started removing all this garbage and composting it into manure. And that helped a lot. Because we will remove the garbage, turn a lot of it into manure, and the plastics were collected, they will be sold away. After I left, it disappeared. I don't know what happened. For me, I'm sorry to say I attribute it to leadership, because it is the head to start. What is this happening? Why are we not doing this program? We need to be hard as leaders.
We have seen a number of infrastructural development in terms of USMID roads. Many people still have questions. Were these roads done to the standard, especially where we see even in some places compromises of some people's houses? They are partly on the road, or they have utilized part of the road. Do you think these structures needed to have been raised down to have better roads?
Do you have specific examples? Because Enyau Road, you know, Enyau Road is the junction from Zambia, which goes...
We have School Road, where you go to prison side. There's a house that has remained at the corner. Part of it, tarmac has just been put and the house remained there up to today.
The OSMID program started in my presence. Actually, I'm proud to announce that I was one of the best in Uganda. The first phase of 3 years. You know, when OSMID came, World Bank said, this is competition amongst you municipalities to see who is going to perform best. The first phase, Arua, my municipality was the best. I was actually sent to Addis Ababa by World Bank to go and see other projects there. From my recollection, what we did, which happened in my time, there was no encumbrance. There was no going into people's campaign. But that program continued. So some of these things happened after I had left, especially this road you are mentioning. Because for us, when I was there, we started Enyau Road, and then Mvara, Weatherhead Park Lane. Those were the ones. I did it for 3 years, and the 4th year I left. Somebody else took over.
But do you appreciate that these USMID projects have changed the face of the town?
Yes, for sure. They have changed the face of Arua. The roads are a little better. They are okay, a lot better. Sometimes in history you forget. If you go back to history and see how the state of our roads were, they were terrible. Where we are seated right now is Anyafio, which is one of the supposed to be Koloros of Arua. The roads, especially Oluko Road, was terrible. But the USMID program brought the change, and now the road is, up to now, it is still very good. Enyau Road is very good. The main one in town is by UNRA, but they combined, and they have changed the face of Arua tremendously. But we can always improve. There's nothing perfect, but there's always improvement, room for improvement.
If you look at the growth of the town now as a city, we still see structures that are not supposed to be in the town center, and these have also been a risk to human life. What
like you mean listed houses?
Yes.
There are some houses called listed houses. Those are supposed to be broken down. But if it is not listed, it might look old, but it will need renovation. You will need to seek permission for renovation. But if it is listed, it means that should be broken down before anything else is done to it. So I don't know which one you're referring to, but if it is a listed house, it's supposed to be broken down.
We have listed house, but also grass-thatched houses, especially in River Oli division, which was then...
Oh, you mean the residential areas?
Yes.
I thought you were meaning the central business district.
Yes, central business, but residential areas. We still see structures that are not fit for human settlement.
You know, when I left the office, the municipality was a very small area, and it was divided into two. Grade A, which is central business district, that is the center of town, where the market is, where many of the shops is, the avenue is, the transport road is. That's where we strictly said we don't want any kiosks, they should come out. Then grade B was slightly out, that is the Uli area, because we had opened new roads. Prior there were no roads in Uli, we had to open new roads. Now after opening the roads, we said if you want your things by the roadside, take them to these new roads. So they took them to the grade B, that is now grade B. And the idea was, if those ones also improve and they are tarmacked and the roads are very good and infrastructure is improved, the coast should move further. That was a way of phasing them out of town. And of course, the economy is our sometimes major concern. There are some people who have lived there for the rest of their lives. They cannot afford new houses, just like that. So we're thinking, the choice is yours, but a town is a planned area. We expect there to be planned things and better housing. So if you can't afford it, you think and do something different about it. If you can't manage here, why won't you say, let me sell it to Robert and I go and get my place somewhere else?
Under your tenure leadership, there was this program of supporting people who live in slum areas.
Slum Dwellers Federation.
Slum Dwellers Federation.
This was a program brought by Cities Alliance. Again, it was brought for all the 10 municipalities, and there was competition. Arua won. I was supposed to go to Italy to attend a conference. And we did very well. Arua was the best. We were given a prize of 10 million shillings, Uganda shillings, and I was supposed to go and attend a Slum Dwellers Federation meeting in Italy, organized by, of course, I sent my deputy to go because I'd been to many other places. So that program also again disappeared. There are many things that I left. I expected people to pick up from there, but for reasons that I cannot explain, they have come lower instead.
Recently also there was a survey done to understand the number of urban self-settled refugees, of which the statistics show up to 24,000 of urban refugees settled here. What would be your thought, like Koboko got funding under European Union in the names of urban refugees? Do you think this can be done in Arua? That's a very big area I am interested in. When I was mayor in Arua Municipality, I personally went to OPM complaining that these people are consuming a lot of our services and they're not in our budget. They're actually using our own local budget. Those people told me clearly there was nothing to do with the urban refugees. These people are expected to be in the refugee centers. If they are here, that means they can afford to take care of themselves. But there's no way you can stop them from using our schools, our roads, our hospitals, our this. So recently when I heard this news you're telling me, I was very happy. Somebody somewhere woke up and said, look, this is a reality. These people are living in the urban centers. You should take care of them. Plan accordingly, including them. And it is a recent thing. But I don't know how far it has gone. If it is true, and I think that's one of the best things that has happened, they need to be included because they're really consuming services from us. If you look at your schools then and now, would you say there has been great change in terms of performance and infrastructure development? Not great change, but not a lot of change. When I took over as mayor, it was dire. I would get 63 in first grade out of 3,000 people who sat. And I decided I wanted 500 in first grade out of those in P7. We went to 200, we went to 270, we were climbing, and then I left. So I don't know what happened there, but I had in fact settled to telling the council that let's make sure at least 500 get in first grade, which means that will be an improvement. But whether performance has improved or gone down, I will need to get a whole range of the results over the last few years
to see. But from what I hear, not a lot of improvement. We need to improve. There are other cities like even Gulu. Let's take people near us in the northern region. They're performing much better than us, and that we are capable. We certainly are capable of achieving something better.
If you look at also services rendered to South Sudanese and Congolese, and many of them have the day population indicates they get services here. How would you want this incorporated in the development of the central business area?
This program you just mentioned, where the urban refugees have been recognized, they are now going to be brought on board and planned for as one of the resolutions to this problem here. There are many, and I'm also glad to announce that I learned that the South Sudanese and the Democratic Republic of Congo refugees are now organized in Arua. There's Kora and there's Sura. These people are also helping. If you go to Uli Health Center, they have put there some medical structures, especially these modern machines. So they are also beginning to contribute. But that is partly because if they are recognized and they are counted and they know they belong here as sometimes the locals, they'll contribute more. So this program of bringing them on, the urban refugees on board, should be taken seriously by government. I think it will be one of our saviors.
So if you look at now that you have had a rest, would you say you have missed a lot, or you... Okay, personally, I believe when I became part of this town in 2009, I saw tremendous change. But some of these have stagnated. Yes, we still see certain changes. Would you say there's still need for you to come back for your people? There are people who could be missing your services.
As a former mayor, I strongly believe that I have experienced unique challenges that I knew that can be solved, some of which I've already mentioned. I have a lot of experience in that. So yes, I think my service can be very invaluable in this city here.
If you were to come now, what would be the quickest thing you would fix?
Wow. There's a number of things that need fixing in this town here. Sometimes you can't fix them in isolation. But I have a manifesto. In fact, one day I'll call you and give you my manifesto to show you that the things I think are priority, things we need. There are some things we want, but want is not as good as need. There are some needed changes that I'm ready to do so that we grow. Infrastructure, health, education, these are the major ones. Our schools need to improve. Certainly we need to improve our schools, the results we are talking about. Our health centers also need attention. General health, public health needs attention. Today you hear of a lot of non-communicable diseases that could be controlled, but that's why I miss this other man you were talking about, Dr. Nzubo. He used to be aggressive. He would approach the public and tell them, what you are doing here is wrong, do this. And it had a big impact on the health of people in this municipality here. These areas of health, these areas of infrastructure, the roads still need attention. Those we opened, some of them have not been improved at all.
The garbage management.
Garbage is actually the priority number one, to be honest with you. The biggest service a municipality, an urban center, a city will give is garbage management. Because every day, each one of us, you and I, generate garbage, each one. And how we dispose of it matters. Where we dispose of it matters. But many people don't know how to do it. So it is the authority, it is the local government authority to show us. Like I said earlier, in the past, we actually reached the level of producing manure out of the garbage we produce here. But because they didn't follow it up, the local person has given up. All they know is dump it in the streets in town, dump it everywhere, anywhere they want, which is now compromising health, which is even compromising security and access and a lot of things. So garbage management is one of the top priorities that a municipality has to take. And I will actually focus on that very seriously to bring back our cleanest status.
If you look at the night population, we still see people who stay in town for some time. The issue of street lighting has been a challenge, but of late we saw a number of streets have been lit. But would you say that is enough? Because sometimes I fear to come to places where there is no street light.
That's true. You know, one of the responsibilities of an urban center or a municipality, maybe a city, is recreation. You need to give recreation to your population. Your citizens need time to relax. During the day, they're busy working. At night, they can relax. So, to make them safe and ensure their safety and security at night, you need the security lights. Yes, we have enough. In fact, many of these came with the project of the USMID project. Every road was allocated with the solar system lights, which was brilliant. But as a municipality, we need deliberate effort to fix some of these lights in even corridors in town. There are many corridors which are security traps there. They are very dangerously unsafe. So we need lights in those areas. And of course, as the authority, you need to tell people that please put your security at your gate, at your door, for your own security, but it also lights the road or the pathways of people who pass around. So you keep emphasizing that repetition is the mother of all skills. If you keep telling people and they will see the advantages, they'll come up with those things. So those security lights, if they're there or if we can find them, let's put them. It makes the nightlife safer. It makes people feel recreation is there in Arua. They're happy to go out and enjoy themselves, especially over weekends like today, tomorrow. That is somebody's right. In other parts of the world, recreation is taken seriously. Either discos, football, dancing, whatever. But the nights have to be safe. And to be safe, you need lights.
According to your observation, during your time and now, would you say there has been tremendous increment in terms of local revenue performance?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. I feel since I left, more commercial centers have come up, more commercial shops, commercial things that, I mean, that pay taxes. A lot more have come in. Right now, if you go to town, admittedly, there are a few more storied houses with more business premises, which means the revenue should be higher than what I left. When I was here, apart from the kiosks which we chased away, there were very few shops along Avenue Road and so on, but now they have turned into storied blocks and new hotels, and a lot of there's commerce happening in Arua. So that should come with a lot more money.
What are the things you love most about this town now that it has turned to a city, and how can the two divisions, Central and Ivu division, collaborate to have a better city?
The things I love most about this place is, I know, maybe I see it alone, I don't know if other people see it. Arua has a lot of potential. There's a potential to grow. Like I was telling you, you see shops coming out now, the Avenue Road and storied buildings are coming up. I don't know who are doing it, but majority of the people I know are local people. The locals are working hard to build their own place. That's what I love. They need now encouragement. We need encouragement, and to encourage people, you need a strong leader who will stand in front of them and encourage. Thank you very much, bravo for doing this, let's go this way, let's do that. Otherwise, I'm very encouraged about the way people are building the town, and the potential is immense.
We still have pockets of people who don't appreciate the coming of the city. What is your opinion?
My personal opinion, a city is a very good thing. A city is a much more improved version of an urban center. And if it came with the funding, we stand to benefit a lot. The only drawback is if it just by name, if it is nominal, that this is a city, but the funding is not there. The own source revenue is not there. If it is relying on the old revenue, I think it's better you stay where you are than go as a city. This one has a big challenge. We now have a 400 plus square kilometer city, and we need to plan it. We need the infrastructure, roads especially, planned. And opening these roads will need funds, a lot of funds. Whether we shall be able to raise the local funds, I don't know. Whether government is willing to fund us, I don't know. Unfortunately for us, we have 15 proposed cities and 7 operational. And our neighbors like Kenya have only 4 cities. And so we need to work harder to catch up with them. And there's nothing wrong with comparing yourself with your neighbors.
Life in town and cities is all about having hands-on skills, but also doing some work, whether in office or whatsoever position, being entrepreneur. Do you think we have enough of this for our people, considering the fact that it is only this year that West Nile has been lit to national grid?
True. Okay, leave alone those, it's the thinking alone of the people. To live in a city, you must have, your biggest asset is your brain. How do I survive in this brain here? I mean, in this city here. Where do I get my daily meal from? Where do I, it's about that. It's your thinking, the entrepreneurial skills you are talking about. We need to impart those into our youth. The unfortunate thing is sometimes the youth, even if you give them those skills, they want ready-made things. They want the immediate reward things. They don't want delayed reward. I remember when I was mayor, I got a program here for the youth, one youth stop center, which was donated by the World Habitat, UN Habitat. My friend Peter Wegulo was there. After we talked, I told him my youth had problems here. We needed a one youth center. That organization came in. We built a one youth center at Neva there for training. But now I hear it is only for boxing. It's not for the other trainings. And we trained over 1,000 youth in candle making, chalk making, tailoring, mechanics. And we trained them, but you don't know where they are. So one thing is imparting the skills. Second thing is encouraging them. Please go ahead and practice what you have learned. We have a number of youth here. I don't know how we are going to manage, because a lot of them are idle. They need skills, they need encouragement, and they need the seed money. So there's a challenge there.
How can the advantage of us being at the border point, South Sudan and Congo, be a benefit to us as a business center?
That will be market. You see, we need a marketplace, and they need a marketplace. So for us here, if we were productive, producing things, let's say if we were, just to give an example, you are producing a lot of coffee, you are producing a lot of vegetables, it will go to Congo. The other day I found some people talking about goats. That if you bred goats here and took them to Congo, they are very expensive there. But we are not doing it. The advantage will be that market, that big market there, we exploit it, we explore it, we take our things there. Cabbages. Now for us, we are waiting for cabbages from, I don't know where, it comes from somewhere else, not within the region. And yet there's market here. And it comes and passes all the way to Congo. So the advantage is we will have a bigger market, ready. Those people are ready to consume. The disadvantage is we are not proactive. We are not producing what we are supposed to sell. So our economy suffers. We rely on things from Soroti, things from Kampala, onions from somewhere, sweet potatoes from somewhere. I don't know. Me, I have now resorted to, let me first feed myself. If I can produce enough food to feed myself, I keep chickens here. These are for myself. But when they are now excess, I'll sell it. If everybody adopted that attitude, you will find that we will have enough to sell. You produce your own, you produce enough, you say, this one is enough for me, the excess let me sell. I will also say this excess let me sell. Many people, when hundreds of people are selling excess, there's market, and the market is our neighbors here.
We have one issue of transport. The main Karuma, Pakwats, let me say, once it is cut off, we do not have better access.
True.
And Arua airfield has been one of our potential areas, which has for long not been developed to an international airport. What is your opinion about this?
My main focus about Arua, when I was mayor, was that let us develop it into an international airport. This is quick access to Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, to Nairobi, to next to Entebbe. This is the best located central airport that will be serving this country and the neighboring countries. For Congo, for Sudan, instead of hopping from Addis Ababa just to Juba, somebody will think, okay, let me hop up to Arua, and then here these people can use road transport back to Sudan or Congo. From Central Africa, from West Africa. There are no direct flights from here, from East Africa to West Africa. Me, when I was here in the office, I was thinking along those lines. It was not mainly for domestic consumption, but mainly for international flights. Of course, the domestic ones will come in between.
Was that going to, in your view, provide opportunities?
A lot of opportunities, a lot of market. Do you know what? If you fly Emirates, let's assume it is one of our airlines here working. If you fly Emirates, even if you are going to West Africa, from Uganda, you first have to go to the airport in Addis Ababa. The reason, you're going to eat at the airport, you're going to maybe sleep there, you're going to shop in the duty-free shops, you're going to leave a lot of money there. So if this airport is raised and improved into international standards, people who sit there, when just sitting alone to wait for, you're taking tea, you're buying our crafts, you are buying things. If you don't go, you sleep here in Arua, that is more money than we ever had. It will definitely improve our position here.
Let's have your conclusive words. I know the days are not so far. You said you still will offer service. We will come to that another day. But what is your conclusive words to the people of Arua City, particularly Arua Central Division and West Nile?
Like I said earlier, as a former mayor, I know the opportunities and challenges of this urban center. I know them very well. That's why I was telling you I'm willing and ready to present myself to come and serve again, because those things are now things I've passed through for 10 years, for a decade. Is not small. So I'm there, I'm available, and at the right time, we are still with you. We are coming to talk, and I'll tell people more about what I can do and what I can't do.
Okay, I think that has been it, and you will be able to declare where, because the last time you were, when the city came, you went for a bigger position, but you also still think you can do better in the position you were in.
Maybe we don't have to delay that. It's just that I feel if you have to start, you start where you left. You don't now move ahead. You start from where you left, and then the people would say, I think you have done well here. Move on.
So that means you're coming back to
Central Division, yes.
Okay, as a mayor.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Give us your signing out words to viewer.
Thank you, listener
And
and viewers. I want to thank you for taking this time to sit down and listen to us. We are looking forward to development in our area. We love our Arua. We also want to improve livelihood of yours and mine. As a leader, I'm a change agent. We want change. We turn followers into leaders. I was once a follower, I became a leader, and I want to become a change agent. So please bear with me that I'm talking to you now, but thank you for sitting there to listen to me and view us. We are coming back again. Tune in next time and listen for more. If you want to talk to me directly, you can ring me on my telephone number. I'll give you 0782 089 967. Thank you.